Alright, we're on lesson 9. Our objective for today is I will be able to evaluate and compare algebraic expressions by simplifying using the order of operations. So basically, all we're going to be doing today, as long as you know how to do the order of operations, you should be fine. We're introducing one simple new concept, which is this. Any expression containing only numbers and operations is a numeric expression. So if it only has numbers in it, it's a numeric expression. An algebraic expression is an expression with variables and or numbers that uses operations. An algebraic expression is also called a variable expression. So you'll hear either algebraic or variable expression. That basically means that it has variables in it. Okay? So something like this. What you see is that you have variables in this. It's an expression because it doesn't have an equal sign. It says to evaluate the expression when x equals 3 and a equals 1. Okay? Well, if I know that x equals 3, everywhere I see an x, I can just replace that with a 3. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say 3, and then this is written right next to this x, which means multiplication. So I'm going to open a parentheses to show multiplication. Then minus 4x. Again, this x we see is 3. So all I'm doing is plugging in or substituting the values that it gives me. I'm plugging in or substituting. Plugging in and substituting mean the same thing. Okay? Plus ax, those are written right next to each other, so that means let's multiply them. 3 times 1. Okay? Now I've just got to evaluate this using my order of operations. I remember G, E, M, A. I don't have any grouping symbols. I don't have any exponents. So I've got multiplication. I'm going to go from the left to the right. 9 minus. Bring everything else down. 4 times 3 plus. 3 times 1 I know is 3. I'm just going to leave that there. 9 minus 12 plus 3. I have addition and subtraction now from the left to the right. Remember, it's not addition first, then subtraction. It's addition and subtraction left to right. I've got this subtraction sign. Let's change that to addition. Change the sign of the second term. I go same signs, add and keep, different signs, subtract. Those signs are different, so let's subtract. 12 minus 9 is 3. Take the sign of the higher number. The higher number is 12. 12 is larger than 9, so that's negative 3. Plus 3, I add those two together, and I get 0. Same signs, add and keep, different signs, subtract. 3 minus 3 gives me 0. Alright? Box that in, and let's move to the next problem. It says to evaluate, make sure you got that, evaluate the expression for y equals 2 and z equals 4. So everywhere I see a z, I'm going to plug in or substitute a 4. 3, open parentheses. That z is 4 minus y, which is a 2. Squared minus 4. Again, if it's written right next to each other, if these two are written right next to each other, that means multiplication. So 4 times 2 cubed. Okay, now, I'm using my order of operations again. Grouping symbols, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. I've got 3. 4 minus 2, I'm going to simplify inside my grouping symbols and bring everything else down. Okay, I've simplified inside all of my grouping symbols. Now I'm going to move to exponents. Let's evaluate both of those exponents. 2 squared is 4, so 3 times 4 minus. 2 cubed is 8. Alright, now I've got, I don't have any more exponents, I'm done with that. I've got multiplication and subtraction. Multiplication comes before subtraction, so that's 12 minus 4 times 8 gives me 32. Okay, I've got that subtraction, which I am now going to change to addition. I'm going to change the sign of the second term. I'm going to go same signs, add and keep, different signs, subtract. 32 minus 12 gives me 20. I'm going to take the sign of the higher number. 32 is larger than 12, so I'm going to take the sign of that. That is a negative. Same signs, add, keep, different signs, subtract. Take the sign of the higher number, then you'll be exact. It's a negative 20. Last thing, it says to compare. There it does. It says to compare the expressions when a equals 4 and b equals 3. So in both of these expressions, a equals 4 and b equals 3. So I'm going to find, just like we've done before, I'm going to find an answer to this, I'm going to find an answer to this, and then let's compare it. So everywhere I see a 4, I'm going to plug in, or excuse me, everywhere I see an a, I'm going to plug in or substitute this 4 right here. So 3, if it's written right next to each other, it means multiplication. So I'll open you up a parentheses. 3 times, sorry about that, 3 times 4 squared plus 2 times. B is a 3 minus 4, B is still a 3, cubed. So all I'm doing is I am plugging in for this first expression. I'll do the second expression after I've simplified the first. So let's follow my order of operations. Grouping symbols, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. I don't have any grouping symbols. I do have exponents, so let's evaluate both of those. 3 times 4 squared is 16, plus 2 times, I'm going to bring everything else down, 3 minus 4, 3 cubed is 27. Okay, I don't have any grouping symbols, I don't have any more exponents, I've just got multiplication and subtraction and addition. So let's do all of the multiplication first. Okay, 3 times 16 should give me a 48, plus 2 times 3 is, I'm doing all the multiplication here. Alright, 48 plus 3 times 2 is 6, minus 4 times 27, which is 108. Alright, so I'm going to add, I've done all my multiplication, so now I've just got to add and subtract left to right. 48 plus 6 is going to give me a 54, minus 108. So I've got 54 minus 108. So now, I change this subtraction to addition. I change the sign of the second term. I go same signs, add and keep. Different signs, subtract. Take the sign of the higher number. Then you'll be exact. So these signs are different. So I'm going to subtract 108 minus 54. Gives me 54. Take the sign of the higher number. What's higher? 108. So I'll take the sign of that. So that's a negative 54 there. Now, I am not done. I've evaluated this first expression. But now I've got to evaluate the second expression. So in the second expression, it says for both of these that a equals 4 and b equals 3. So here, a still equals 4 and b still equals 3. So what I've got is 2 open parentheses. A is 4 squared. B, I'm substituting for this b right here. B is 3 squared. All I did is I plugged in or I substituted these values into this expression. Okay? So 2 times 4 squared gives me 16. I'm following my order of operations. G-E-M-A. I don't have any grouping symbols, so I went straight to exponents. I squared that 4. Now I'm going to square that 3, and I'm going to get 9. All I have now is multiplication from the left to the right. So 2 times 16 should give me a 32 times 9. 32 times 9 should give me 288. So, all I've got here is negative 54 from the first expression, which is going to be less than a positive 288. So my final answer is there. I can fill it in right there, and that is all.